So these are all the parts, and you can see there's not a lot of parts. I'm going to go through the assembly step by step. So this is just the intro to the assembly video, but something I really liked is how all the screws and the tools and stuff are in a separate bag. It looks like it should be a snap to assemble. Okay, here we go with the installation, and you can see that I had a staging area. So I staged all of my parts in a different room. And as I assemble this, I'm going to bring it in piece by piece, just so number one, you can more easily see the parts that I'm using, and number two, just keep things organized. And something I recommend doing is keeping the delivery box, the big cardboard box, probably keep that outside or something, and that way after you assemble your rowing machine, that you can make sure all the parts are there before you dispose of your packing materials, and that way you don't have cardboard and styrofoam in your residence where you're assembling it. It just keeps things a lot cleaner. So what I do like is how this came with all the tools are labeled. I've inspected it. There's no cutouts or anything, so my expectation is that all the parts should be in here. Then I've got this box. This has a let's see, that's a power cord, so I'm just going to put that out of the way. It also has, let's see, this piece right here. Some sort of little plug, and then some sort of rubbery type piece. So, and again, the owner's manual, we're going to go through this step by step. So, if you're looking for a fast-paced video, this is not going to be that. This is my first time assembling this rowing machine. Never assembled one before, so we're going to follow everything step by step. Inspecting these packing materials to make sure there's no other parts. This part right here, I'm just going to sit over here, so I've got it when I need it. And this is trash. And it does have something about registering your product, so that's something I'm going to do after I assemble it. So let's go ahead and get started here. And I do recommend a mat like this. Expand this video's description, and then click the link there, and you can find the mat and the rowing machine. But this is nice because it probably will better protect your floors, not just from scratches of stuff moving around, but also when you're working out and you're sweating and stuff. This is easy to clean up. So let's get started. So far, the owner's manual is pretty straightforward here. Now there is a list of parts, so we could inventory these parts, and traditionally I would, but since this has not been opened, I'm going to go with the assumption that hopefully they put everything in here. Again, it's not wise to assume, but in this scenario I'm going to. So step one is to get, let's see, so these instructions are listing the parts. So I'm going to get 97. There's two of the 97s here. Let's see. 97 is a bolt button head M8 1.25 by 75. And there's two of those. Those are right here. So I'm taking these out. And again, it's probably a wise idea to take them out as you go. That way everything stays labeled. So these are the two button head bolts. And then 68 and 98. 68 is a lock washer M8. Okay, and those are the ones right here. They're beside the bolts that I just did, so I'm going to get two of these. Actually, I got a lot more than two, so I was going to put two there, and I'm going to put the rest back in there so everything stays labeled. And now I've got to get two number 98s, which 98 is an arc washer M8. So the arc washer, there's only 2 of those, and they're right here. So these are the arc, and arc meaning that they're kind of curved, so they'll be easy to differentiate between the other 2. And then number 99, which is a bolt round head M6 by 1 12 millimeter. There's only 1 of those. It's right there. I'm going to pop it out. There's that. And then number 62, which is this rubber piece. So I've got that, this rubber piece right here, which is 62. So for the first step, that's everything I need. Now I've got to go get the big piece of, the big rowing piece. So we're going to set this over here. We're going to grab that. And then we're going to have to grab the things with feet. Or with the wheels. I didn't grab that piece. This is some confetti. It got pretty wild, man. So we're going to tilt it on this side. There's a wheel side and there's a pad side. The pad side is going to face this way. So the pad's going to face towards this section right here. We're going to take a bolt. We're going to do one at a time. I put a locking washer on. And then the arch. And be sure when you do the arch that it's angled so that it'll fit against this. So I'm going to stick this through. And then I'm going to line this up with that hole. And I'm just going to finger tighten. We're going to do the same thing with the next one. So we're going to do the 68, which is the locking washer. Then we're going to do the arch washer. Again, paying attention to the arch, so when it goes on, it'll arch around this cube piece. Then we're going to finger tighten. I was making sure I was recording. I thought I did record. I would feel like an idiot if I didn't. Okay, so now, the beauty of this is that I think it has the tool in here. Actually, it's got these tools in the top part. Got these 2 hex key type things. And then we got a screwdriver wrench. So for this, it's going to be one of these hex keys. It's that one. So you just twist clockwise. kind of get it a little bit tight. I'm going to get the other one a little bit tight, and then I'm going to go back in and really tighten it up. Always take your time with this stuff because you don't want to rush and not tighten something enough to where you have squeaks and loose pieces, or you don't want to tighten too much to where you potentially damage the equipment. So, use your best judgment here and know when it's too tight or not tight enough. Okay, now it's getting hard to tighten by hand, so that's a good indication that I'm pretty much where I need to. Okay, so that's good and tight. Now our next step is we're going to use this rubber piece, and it says the shorter side, so you'll notice there's a side here that's shorter than the other. The shorter side is going to be up towards this thing here. So we're going to put the shorter side up. This is the shorter side. And we're going to push it against the end of that. And it fits perfectly. So now after we've done that, the next step is 99. Let's see. Oh, 99, which was this piece. So we're going to put this in there. So put that piece in and then grab your, this one uses a screwdriver, so grab your screwdriver and screw that piece in. I'm excited about this because see, I'm going to use this and the bike that's right in front of me for my Apple Fitness Plus. Minimal amount of space. Both are magnetic resistant, so quiet. And it seems that both are easy to assemble. So far, this is super easy to assemble. Okay, that's good and tight. Just do a sanity check. I did. Everything's fine. Okay, so now we're going to have a lot of pieces. So what we're going to do first, let's see, we're thinking through this here. So see, this is going to go, we're going to flip this over carefully. And again, it's worth mentioning the weight of this is not too significant. So if this is a one-person job, you're probably able to do it. Probably able to do it by yourself. And what we want to do here is figure out how this is going to, how all this is going to come together. Okay, so we're positioning this like the instructions tell us to for the sake of assembly. So let's get our parts. I'm going to get the seat and the other part. we get this part in the seat. And there's another part we need. Let me go get it. This part right here. Okay, now we need some bolts. So we need 466. 66 is bolt button head M8 1.25 by 15. We need 4 of those. Those are 66. .25 by 15. That's these right here. Little trick here, if you get your screwdriver that came with it, you can poke a hole. See? So we need 4 of these. So we got 4 of those, and then 68. Let's see, 68 we need. 68 we need 2. So 68 is the lock washer. And then 69 is, okay, so 68 is lock washer. .68 lock washer M8. So lock washer M8, those are the ones that we had already opened. So let's see, we need 1, 2, and again I reiterate, don't take these things out unless you're using them. You could confuse yourself. So we got 2 of the 68, and then the 69, which is a washer M8. So look for 69 here. It's that piece right here. We're going to get 2 of those. One and 2. Oops, I just dropped a bunch of stuff. But I see where they came from, so I'm putting them back in. Okay, so we got those. And then we got this right here, which is, they call it piece number 2. And then they call this rail piece 34. Now we need 194. Let's see. No, I'm sorry, we need 4 of type 94. So 94 is a bolt round head M6. 1x15. M6 1x15. So that's this top left piece right here, and there's only 4 of them. We're going to get all 4 of those. One, 2, 3, and 4. And notice I'm putting these on this side of the rail. That's just a reminder that this is part of the seat. So I'm keeping my seat screws and this leg piece screws over there. Okay, now I'm going to get 2 of the 95. So 95 is a washer M6. Washer M6 95. And those are right there kind of on the side. I haven't opened them yet. So washer M6. Get 2 of those. Put the other 2 back where they belong. Oh, I stand corrected. I don't get 2, I get all 4 of those. The diagram is a little bit deceptive there, and that makes sense because there's 4 bolts. Now it's referencing a piece number 10. Let's see, I think that's one of these big parts. I don't think that's and then it's referencing a 4, yeah, and then 45, which is the seat. So the first thing we're going to do is looking at this rail piece here. And so I'm going to move the seat over here. Looking at this rail piece, you can see there's this piece, has the black end, and there's this piece that doesn't have anything sticking up. So for this step, we're going to the end that doesn't have anything sticking up, and there's 4 holes right there. So these 4 holes, this is where this is going to attach. Now let's see if there's a front and a rear. Just looking at it, I don't think there is, but just as a sanity check here, let's put it on the rail that way, and then let's put it on the rail that way. I don't think there's a front and a rear. So, with these bolts right here, and admittedly, I came out short. I said we needed 2 of each of these, and 2 of these we actually need 4 of each. So, I'm going to go back in and get those out. Again, sometimes instructions, even though these are very clear, sometimes if you look at something again, you often realize that there was something that you misinterpreted. And that's why I'm doing this video. You know, because it's easy to overlook things, man. So we're doing these here, and the way this is going to work, it's going to be the 68, which is the locking washer, and then the 69, which is the washer. So take this, take the locking one, which has, it's kind of got a little cutout in it, and then take the other type of washer, the one that doesn't have a cutout, take this and thumb tighten into one of these 4 holes. You know, just enough to get it started, because you want to make sure everything lines up. So again, bolt, locking washer, the one that's not smooth, and then the washer, the one that is smooth, and then do the next one. You know, just kind of thumb tighten here. And I knocked this over. I don't want, oh man, I spilled a ton of stuff. That is not good. So I'm just going to put all these up here because I spilled them. And I know what these are because I've worked with them now, so I know what's what. Okay, so let's proceed. we're going to do locking washer, and then just the smooth washer, and we're going to thumb tighten. Just enough to get it started. And the final one, we're going to do locking washer, regular washer, and we're going to put this in there. Okay, so again, we just barely started that. Now we're going to take one of these hex keys. And tighten it properly. And out of good measure, just go back and tighten, make sure everything's locked in like you feel like it should be. Okay, so I've got that. Now, I'm going to move on to the seat portion. So for the seat, you'll see here, there's this little piece that slides, right? With the wheels, or the rollers. That's the part that the seat goes on. This piece right here. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to lift this up, paying attention to the direction. So, the rear of the seat. Hey y'all, this is a little outtake. I made a mistake. I put the seat on in the incorrect direction. The good thing is, see how this is propped up? This is how you would prop it up for storage, and I did unplug the power, by the way. But I put the seat on backwards. So it'll be easy to fix. I just got to unscrew these 4 screws here. Okay, so the way that I had it, that was facing the front, and that's incorrect. These leg pieces need to face the front. So see how I'm going to do this? There's those 2 grooves. Those are going to face the bottom in this case. So we're going to put this back on. We will need 67 67, 68, and 69. So we need 4 67s, 4 68s, and 4 69s. So 67 is the bolt button head M8 1.25 by 20. And there should only be 4 of those in here. Yep, and they're the ones up here in the top corner. Bolt button head M8 1.25 by 20. So we're going to get all 4 of those. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. There's 4 of those. And now we're going to do 68, which is locking washer. So I've already got some of those. Those are the ones that look like they're...
Could you try again?
They look like they're crooked. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 locking washers. And then 69, which are the same type that we used for the previous step.
Could you try again?
So 69, we're going to do 4 of these.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Shut up. So we got those, so it'll be...
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
And the sequence will be, you'll get a bolt. You'll put
I'm not sure I understand.
Shut up. You will get a locking washer, and then you'll get a regular washer. So what I'm going to do for ease of this, I'm going to go ahead and stage all 4 bolts. So there's bolt number 1, and then locking washer, and then regular washer. Got that one ready. Locking washer, and then regular washer. Got that one ready. And then the final one. Locking, and then regular. Got it ready. Now this part's going to be interesting because we're going to, and this is where if you have a second person, you may want to engage them. I'm not. I'm going to try to do this thing by myself. So a few points of reference here. You're going to look at the orientation of the legs. So see, these are the feet. On this base, those are the feet. So when you place this on top of this part here, these feet right here that'll hit the floor, they're going to go in the same direction as those feet. So to look at this part, you'll see, and it's not that clear in the directions, but there's holes here, right, that are on the top. Then there's holes here that run that way. So you got holes running this way, holes running that way. This piece here, there's 2 holes there, there's 2 holes here. It makes sense. So what you'll do is gently position this on there, and then you're going to have to do, that's why I went ahead and staged the locking pieces on the bolts. Because there'll be a bolt here. And again, I'm just going to thumb tighten it because I want to make sure I get all 4 in. And then there'll be a bolt here. And if you have a hard time doing it, just kind of take it off, relax, just relax, and then realign it, and then boom, you're good. So see, now I've got 2 out of 4. Now the remaining 2, they're on the rear of this. So you do the same thing on the rear, thumb tighten. You do not want to drop these because if you drop this, it would probably go inside the rowing machine. So, this is where if you've got a second person, definitely engage them. I was very careful and I didn't drop them, but had I dropped it, that could lead to a lot of unwanted frustration. So now that I've thumb tightened all 4, I'm going to gently tighten with the little tool. Gently tighten, and then we're going to go back and really tighten. You don't want to strip any of this stuff, so you want to make sure that it's screwing in properly. If you don't have it exactly right, gently turn the piece so that everything lines up. Good thing about these tools, you can do this end or that end, whatever's most comfortable. So I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to better tighten these pieces. Again, all 4 of them lined up. And again, take your time with this. If you don't have time to assemble it, wait until another day. I'm assembling this on January the 1st of 2021 because, man, I gotta lose this fat. Lose this fat quickly. But I'm still going to eat whatever I want to eat. That's how I do it. Okay, so I got those tightened. Now I'm going to tighten the front ones really good. And again, with those locking washers, you'll feel them kind of lock down. So you notice I have not had to bring any tools out. All the tools that I've been using came with this rowing machine. The build quality is nice. You know, you never know when you order a piece of exercise equipment online what it's going to be like. And you know, once you feel this in your hands, the build quality is just really nice. So hopefully it performs as well as it feels. And, you know, subscribe to my channel and check out all my rowing videos. They're in this video's playlist. I've got it. Well, at the time of assembling, I don't have any, but if you're watching this a few days from now, I've probably already got a ton of videos. If there's anything in particular that you're curious about with this rowing machine, you know, just ask, and I'll try to respond in an upcoming video. And again, if you're looking for this rowing machine, the mat like I use, you know, just expand this video's description and then click the link there and you can find it all there. Okay, these feel, I'm just doing a quality check here. Going back and checking all of these. Okay, they're all 4 tight. Now, it looks like we're going to flip this over because we're going to do some of the final assembly steps. So what we want to do now is move our tools. We don't want to have anything scratch our luxurious mat. You can find this mat linked within this video's description. But we're going to gently pull this down. There are wheels on the front, so you can see on this mat, I'm able to roll. See? I would not roll these on a floor, though. I wouldn't want to risk damaging my floor. But see, it can roll. You can position this just like you want. I want everything to be perfectly aligned, so we're gonna do that. Nice. Feels smooth. So let's see. Let's just look, see if we're centered here. I want it further back because, see, what I want to do is be able to do my rowing while I watch my TV, because I'm going to use Apple Fitness Plus. So I think this is the perfect position for me. Now your place of use, you may have a different preference, and that's perfectly acceptable. But that's how I'm doing mine. So now what we're going to do is grab some additional pieces. We're going to grab a cage and a handlebar. I'm just going to go get it and show you. So we got this piece right here, which is like a water bottle cage. You could also put your smartphone in there or whatever else. We've got, this is the handle, and then this is the piece, the padded piece for the other end of the handle. We're going to set that over here. We also need these little 2 black end pieces that were in the box with the screws and stuff. We need those. I'm just going to leave them up here. We need a a metal rod that those end pieces fit in. So let me grab it. So this is the black metal rod. Let me make sure I'm not going to stick these in, but yeah, that's the right piece. So this is the black metal rod that these little rubber or plastic type pieces go in. And then we need let's see what we need here. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit confusing. So we're going to take our time. Okay, it says insert the handlebar through the handlebar sleeve. Okay, so this is the handlebar, and this is the handlebar sleeve. We're going to insert it through here, and then we're going to take this other piece and do on this side. So just kind of gently twist. Kind of look at how this one was out of the factory. It's got a little, it kind of goes down to the end there. Keep going. It's a little bit over the end. So you may want to bring this one out a little bit and then bring this one down. It is worth mentioning this piece, this padded piece goes underneath. There's a little groove or lip right there. So, bingo. See, now it's perfect. I've got both of these on. You can see a like plastic end cap on each, and we've got our handle there. See, perfect. Feels very nice in your hands too. The next thing we're going to do is this water bottle. Well, no, we're going to do. It said if you had trouble putting that on, just lubricate it with some. It says soap or water, which I didn't have to. I'm strong, man. Now it says insert the pedal stopper bar, which is this. And again, this is the black one. There's another one, but this is what we're doing now. So it says insert the pedal stopper bar through the main frame, and let's see. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit confusing. So there's only one hole. This hole that I'm doing is the bottommost hole that's part of the well, let's see here. This is where it gets confusing. Okay, so insert the pedal stopper bar through the hole located in the main frame. When they say main frame, they mean this leg. So the main frame, don't look at this part. It's part of this main frame, so it's the leg. So it says position it at the center. And it says lock the pedal stopper bar. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this through here and just kind of gently twist. And it says position it at the center. So just kind of gently twist through. So the objective is to center this. There is an end cap on this other side that when I pushed it through, it popped out. But that's fine because I can pop it back in. So this is where you probably need to stand up and just kind of look and see if it's centered. That little piece came out, so I've got to gently push it back. Just a little plastic end cap piece, but yeah. So I just kind of use this to save my bones and just pushed it in. So now you've got this pole going through. If you really want to be precise, you can get you a measuring tape. And you can measure how much is sticking out on each side. This doesn't lock in the middle. So you're kind of either eyeballing it or you're measuring. So from here to here, I've got just a little shy of 6 inches. From here to here. Okay, so it needs to go this way just a little bit more. So now I'm about 5 inches on that side. Okay, now I need to go back this way just a little bit. Let's see. About 5.5. And let's see. So that's pretty close. I'm going to leave it like that. You know, get you a measuring tape if you want to measure that. This did not come with a kit. Now it says, lock the pedal bar with a round head bolt, M6 1x10. M6 1x10. That's just single piece right here, this round head bolt. We're going to take it out. And it uses the Phillips head screwdriver. So you're going to go in that little leg, there's a hole that'll fit this bolt. And again, don't do this until you made sure that each side was even. And that's why I brought out the measuring tape. And make sure that was even. Now I'm just tightening this bolt with a Phillips head. And then that'll just prevent that bar from moving out one side or the other. And I just gently grabbed it with my hands to make sure it didn't move, and it didn't. Okay, so I got that. That brings us to the next step, which is we're going to use two 72s, which 72s are a screw, and there's only 2 of these, 4.2 by 16. That's these in the corner here, these 2 screws. We're going to get those 2 screws out. See, there's 1 screw. Then there's a second screw. So we got the 2 screws. And then we're also going to do a 39, which is 39 is just this little water bottle piece. See? So what you'll do, Let me see. So see, there's a little groove here. It sticks up. That's going to kind of stick. There's a little hole in there. So you stick that in first. Alright, when you get it, it gets it. See, now it's locked in. And now on each side, you can see there's only one place on each side where these screws go. So, put one in this side. And I would just kind of start tightening it. That just holds that piece on. This is just a little water bottle holder or smartphone or whatever doohickey you want to put in there. But again, make sure you stick it up in that so it's flush and looks professional. You know, you don't want to have anybody come in and say, you're not professional. That's not good. So, we're going to stick this in here. As I got that one started, I'm going to screw it in on this side. Okay, so I got that. So, you know, just as a sanity check, I'm going to check and make sure I don't have any other steps for this. I don't. I'm going to the next page. This is where we get some additional parts. I'm going to bring those out here. We're almost there, guys. Almost there. So we got this silver rod. Again, the other one was black. So we got the silver rod, and then we've got these two foot pieces. This part's going to go at the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our pieces. We're going to do a 66, 66, 68, and 96. So 66... Oh, I missed a step. So let's circle back. Mary's little plastic type plugs, they go in the end of this piece that we put in the previous step. So put one in that side and then one in this side. And what I would do is just use if you don't want to use your thumb, just use the tip of this. Yeah, those just kind of mashed down in there. Those are pretty much cosmetic, but you know, they could protect if you ran into this. Who knows what they do. So I got those in there. So now we're back in action. So we're going to do 66. We need another part. 66, is a bolt head M8 125 by 15. I've only got 2 of those left. That's this one, these on the top. We'll do 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we're going to need 68, which is locking washer M8. That's those 2 that I have here. And then we're going to need 96, which 96 is feeder washer M8. So that's these 2 big ones that I haven't opened yet. So feeder washer M8. Which are those? So, what we're going to do is we're going to, let's see, this number 6, which is a silver rod. Now we are in this plastic part. So it's the hole that's through the plastic part for this step, the higher hole. So this goes through there. And then once that's through there, then you're going to put, and these don't, let's see if there's a difference between left and right. Or see if they're marked. I bet there is a difference. Yeah, on the rear, R for right, L for left. So the left side, looking at the rear of this, the left is going to go over here. This is left. Slide that through. And then the right, which is R, I'm going to take those stickers off so people don't laugh at me in future videos. By the way, subscribe to my channel, ring that bell icon, man, because I'm going to have tons of rowing videos. And at the time of watching this, I may already have those up. We're just going to slide this over here. And now once those are through, then what you're going to do, you're going to take a bolt, you're going to take a locking washer, which is a little broken looking one, and then you're going to take the big washer. And you're going to slide those in that sequence. I'm going to thumb tighten it on this side. Again, just thumb tighten. I'm going to repeat for the other side. I'm going to get a bolt. I'm going to get a locking washer. And then a washer. And I'm going to put this on this side. Thumb tighten again. See, now I'm going to thumb tighten both. And as a final step, I'm going to get my tool and I'm going to tighten them. And I bet, let's see, you need to use 2 Allen wrenches. That's why they put 2 in here. So see, I'm going to do each side. Put 1 in this side, and then 1 in this side. And see, with having both, that lets you tighten. Just kind of flip them over, make sure everything's lined up here like it should be. Okay, so I tightened that. Everything fit together perfectly. It is worth mentioning you probably want to save these in case you ever need to tighten that again. Also, this piece right here, I'm going to save it. I'm going to save the tools. As far as any additional steps, we're going to get to those in future videos. This was just the assembly, but this is it. This is the Stamina DT Plus, assembled step by step by me. I've never assembled one. Just a few thoughts. I appreciated how everything was so thoroughly labeled. The instructions were easy to follow. I am going to register it. After I make sure everything works, I'm going to register it. And super convenient, man. Easy to assemble. The build quality is nice. And the one thing that I want to touch on briefly in this assembly video is you can see how perfectly it fits on top of this mat. So, you know, it's minimal amount of space. This thing is just, I mean, it's great. It's great. So, assembly was easy. You saw it step by step. No tomfoolery. You know, that was just how it was. If you do pick up this rower, please expand this video's description and then click the link there. And I would definitely get this mat when you get the rower, because it's probably going to better protect your floors. It just feels nice. It looks nice, and it'll be easy to mop or clean with a moist towel when I get all hot and sweaty. So yeah, I like it. So that's it. There it is, assembled. One thing I forgot, you got to plug your power in, man. So here's the power cable right here, and it goes, let's see, oh, the power's down here on the bottom front. So the power's on the bottom front. I just plugged the power in, and that was easy, man. Now what I got to do though, I got to get another power plug, because I just realized I've got both of my plugs over here in use. But that's not part of the assembly video, man. That's just how it is. So that's it. Don't forget to plug it in. Hope this video helped. Be sure to subscribe. Ring that bell icon when you do, and that'll notify you whenever I post another video. And check out all of my rowing videos, because I'm going to have a ton of them. If I don't already have them now, they'll be here soon. So appreciate your viewership. And again, subscribe, ring that bell, and expand this video's description to find the rowing machine, the mat, and other cool stuff too. Y'all have a good day. Best of luck with your fitness goals, man. Hey y'all, Captain Irix Guy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/Irix Guy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.